Back to my channel, and today we will solve the problem related to the power of 2. So yesterday we also have an easy question about the power of 2, and today we have another one. This one is in the medium level, but I think that it is like easy if we can see the intuition, or like we can see some kind of the observation. So in here, like we need to check that that is a given number is the power of 2 or not. For example, in this case, like we need to avoid the leading digits are not zeros. And so, for example, like in this case, so it means that we are given like the number of 10. However, like this number is not like we cannot represent it's like power 2 power 0, because like we don't want to have the case like 0 1 in here, because it has the leading zeros. And so in here, if we so how what were and firstly, like what is our strategy? So in here our strategy is that, like, let's say that we have the 61, for example, because like in here we have the poor description. So let's say that we have another example for this, and then somehow, like, let's say that our approach is that, like, we will iterate from 0 to 31, right? Let's say that we have the range from 0 to 30. Okay, why 30? So in here, like, we can see that the largest number we can represent in here in the system with the base of 2, that is the 2 power 31 minus 1, right? So it means that this one, because we are just interested in the number which is a power of 2, so it means that the largest number with the power of 2 in here, that is only 2 power 30. So that is the reason why in here we just need to iterate through the 0 to 30. Okay, so in here, let's say that we have the 0, and then it will lead to the 2 power 0, right? So this one is 1. Okay, so 1, sorry, and then, okay, 1, we have 2 power 1 equal to 1. Okay, sorry, that is equal to 2, for example. We will do so on and so forth until we have a 4, for example, and then somehow, like in here, we have 2 power 4, which is a 16. Okay, so in here we need to check that if this one satisfies this condition or not. And then to do this, we have two approach. The first one, we can use the hash map. We can use the hash map, right, to check the frequency. So this one is only happen if the number of the digit in the end equal to number of the digit in the number we can calculate with the power of 2. So in here, that is like 16, and both of them have two digits. So you can see that if we have the same number of the digits, and then we don't need to worry about the leading zeros. Why? So in here, like we can have one observation in here, is that let's say that this one is 1, right? And okay, so what is other case like for the 1? Okay, so let's say that if we have n, which is equal to 10,000, for example, and let's say that we need to check the case about we can reorder the digits like 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, however, in this case we can see that, like, number of the digits in here is what? That is a 5. How many digits we have in here? Only 1 digit. So it means that by comparing this one, we can remove a lot of the cases. Okay, so it can accelerate our program a lot. Another intuition in here is that, like, we can see that with the hash map, that may not be the optimal value, because like the building, if we need to build the hash map, it forces us to do something like we need to iterate through all of the digits, and then somehow, like, we also need to check the frequency of each digit in the end with respect to each digit into the number we have already calculated in this one, right? So it's some things like it is not like time, it increased the time complexity in our problem, yeah, in our solution. So that is the reason why, like, okay, so how many digits we have in here? So it means that it is like, if it is represented by the Python or like any kind of the programming language, it should be like that would be like 30. We will loop through 31, right? And in here, like we will get the length of the end. Let's say that n in here is the number of the digits we have, right? And then so it means that we don't need to worry about that, because like this one is the limited, and then we, because like 10 power 10, so 10 power 9, so that is like okay, so in here like that is like 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So here we have like 10 power 9, right? We have 10 power 9. So here like we have how many digits? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We have 10 digits. So in here like the complexity is just like 31 by 10, right? So it is possible for us to check all of the digits. Yeah, so that is the reason why like it makes the hash map possible. And however, in here, like is there any other way to improve based on the hash map as well? I think that like we have another approach in here, like we can treat the end in here as the string, and then we can sort the string. For example, like we can always sort the string like this. Let's say that the end is a string, and then we can have like 1 6. This one is a string, and this one we can also convert it into the string like 16th, but in the form of the string, right? And we in here like we just need to compare two numbers together, and then we can get the result directly, and we can avoid the iteration through the hash map to check the validation of the condition. Okay, so let's program it together. Yeah, so for the programming, although like I success from my very first submission, however like this one is not good optimal, and then yeah, in here like I do something and then I can get the optimal one. So the first one, like I use a hash map. I will share with you later. Okay, so I will get the optimal one first, and so let's say that in here like we need to get the shortest of the end, and then because we treat it as the string, so we will put this one as the joy. We will shorten the string of the end, right? Okay, so for now we will loop through all of the numbers. This one is go from 0 to 30, right? That is the largest number we have. We have the number of the digits, how many digits we that this is the number that, let's say that we have 10 power 8, and then we have the digit string, for example, and then this one will be the string of the number of the digits. And for this we can check that if the length of the digit string that is not equal to the shortest of the end, so we can safely continue, right? Because like yeah, if the number of the digits are not equal, and then somehow like we cannot construct one to cannot convert one to another, so that is the things. And then we can get if they have the equal digits for now, and then we can check we can convert, we can short the digit string as well. So in here like we can get the things like we can get the joint and the sorted digit string. Okay, so this one is like the sorted, and then for now we just need to check that if the sorted digits, if that is equal to the sorted of nth, and then we can return true directly. Otherwise, if all the cases are not met, and then we can safely return false in here. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so something some maybe I did something wrong in here. Let me check. I put false sorted and joy digit string. Okay, so in here I missed the thing like that. This should be the length, right? Okay, looks good. Okay, so with this approach, we can beat like 100% of the other submissions, and then also like that is very efficient in terms of the memory. However, like in here I want to share with you that like I didn't like come up with the this strategy directly, and I think that we should approach the interview in the same way. Like in for my very first submission, I based on the hash map, as I mentioned, and then in this one is not like the optimal one. However, like gradually we can propose something, and then in here like that is 31, that is just 3 milliseconds, right? And in here like I can make the things like I will put some of the um, conditions and then calculation outside of the loop, and then somehow like I can improve the our program a little bit, and then finally I come up with the another strategy, and in here like it can give me like the optimal solution for this one. Yeah, so I think that like in the interview, if you have the chance and then you just come up with a very simple solution, but it works first, and then later on you will gradually provide the hint and insights to the uh, interviewers, to improve the program, and then in that way like you can convince them that then you come up with the solutions and then you gradually optimize it. That is very important for you to show up yourself in the interview. Okay, so I think that's all for my today video, and if you like my video, and yeah, please give me a subscribe, and yeah, if you can just like this video because it is free, and it I to be honest that is my motivations to do the video for you guys. And yeah, finally, thank you so much for watching my video, and see you next times.